तो जैसे मैंने स्टोरी बताया था राइट कि वैलिडेशन शुड बी रिक्वायर्ड एवरीवेयर राइट. So as an business example, as you input data as part of the income statement forecast, you need a way to prevent data entry for invalid combination and to derive data based on valid combinations. To do this, you need to create a validation rule to control the input and perform the derivation properly. ठीक है? So here we will create a new model. We'll create a validation rule based on both attributes, and create rule based on member combination. Right?
Yes.
ये हमने कर लिया था आई गेस, इसके बाद वाला
हाँ
बट
ये
फिर से
हाँ
करना
ये
पड़ेगा.
वाला हुआ था एक्सरसाइज अपना.
हमको दोबारा करना पड़ेगा रीजन की वो हमारा उड़ गया था सिस्टम. ओके,
ओके.
सो विल परफॉर्म वंस अगेन. ठीक है, हमको एक एट्रीब्यूट में टैग को बनाना है वैलिडेशन रूल एंड एक मेंबर वाला करना है. ठीक है, ठीक. स्क्रीन दिख रहा है ना मेरा?
हाँ यस. लैग हो रहा है इसके.
स्क्रीन लैग हो रही है. ये मैं जो कर्सर ऐसे मूव कर रहा हूँ तो वो बराबर दिख रहा है राइट?
हाँ यस.
मतलब इधर का अंदर को लैग है राइट? ये वाला स्लोली आ रहा है राइट? ये वाला
हाँ
अंदर का
हाँ.
मतलब थोड़ा सा पता नहीं, इस टाइम में थोड़ा सा लैग ही चलता है इसमें. इसका अरे ये कौन सा लैंग्वेज? कौन सी लैंग्वेज चलो हो गया यार इसमें?
ये जापानी सही है।
हम्म।
जापानी था। अंदर सिस्टम में ही ऐसे सीधे हो गया होगा।
हम्म।
ऐसे भी सिस्टम में ही वैसा हुआ है, बाहर का कुछ ही।
तो गड़बड़ हो गया। तो ये लैंग्वेज कैसे चेंज हो गई यार? Next, इसको मेरी
ये प्रोफाइल सेटिंग्स है ना, वो खोलिए तो वो वाला ऊपर वाला। इससे ऊपर वाला सेटिंग, इसको क्लोज कर दीजिए। ओके।
तो स्लो है यार ये।
ओके करके फिर से प्रोफाइल के ऊपर क्लिक कीजिए आप एक बार। और इसमें पहला वाला सेटिंग्स खोलिए। ये इधर
हम्म।
एडिट बटन है जो, हाँ, इंग्लिश ही दिखा तो रहा है ऊपर। और
अरे यार ये स्लो भी बहुत है साला। ये क्या है यार?
ओके, हाँ। अब क्लोज करके देखिए इसको।
ओके।
हाँ।
ओके। तो कुछ भी इंग्लिश में है, लैंग्वेज okay. Let's not waste time. Where we were in SAP 23. So first we have to create a model, then create a validation rule on both attributes and create validation rule based on member, right? We'll go and copy this particular story. Sorry, not a story. We'll copy the validation model. So P00M validation. So we'll go into the SAP23 content. We do have validation one, so I will copy this my files. Okay, I will create a new folder here. So we have copied it. Now configure the model to enable the data validation, right? In the model preferences, enable validation for your model. So consult for farmer validation. What will happen is in the workspace we will be able to see one more tab called validation rule.
Yes.
Right? So we'll save it. After saving, you can see it. Validation rule is also coming. Okay. Now explore the members. Company code, profit center. We have already explored it, right? Company code, profit center is there. So if you go to the profit center, under the profit center, we do have a member ID and the hierarchy is there.
Yes.
Let's go back. So here we'll see cost center, right? In the cost center, we'll open. So in the cost center, we do have a company code and profit center both, right?
Yes.
So which we required a proper validation over there. Okay. Similar way, we do have version, account, date, company code, profit center. These are the dimensions over there. Okay. So we have explored it. Okay. So same thing is explained over there. The cost center is assigned to the profit center and the cost center is assigned to the profit center. Okay. Now create an attribute combination rule. Is there anything else to be done over there? No. You have configured it. We have taken it already. No. The data we have already seen, right? Now next is to create attribute combination validation rule. How we'll create it? We'll go into the validation rules, and here you will see validation rules. So you have a types over there. New validation rules, so with members and existing attribute, right? So the first new rule has to be created based attribute as a follows attribute combinations, right? So we'll go and create a with existing attribute. Okay, so enter the data provided above. So we have provided the data over here. Okay, so once we have given the name, we have to provide the rule information. You have to go into the left, select the reference dimension. Now in the reference dimension column, we will select the cost center. So when we select the cost center, it will allow us to use the match dimension. So the first match dimension is to company code. We'll select an attribute from here is company code has to be checked with the company code. Okay. So this is done. Now add the match dimension for the profit center. Click on OK. So we have to create one more match dimension for profit center. Profit center has to be checked with the profit center. Now these validations rule we have created. So similar way we can see here also, right?
Yes.
So reference is cost center, match dimension is company code, and match dimension is profit center. So whatever the valid values are there, that is visible over here. Just save the rule. Next is create with the member combination validation. So we'll create a next rule here using this plus button. Okay, so with the members. So here we'll have to give the name of member combination. Member combination, and we have to choose the separator over here when we are choosing member combination. So we have to use pipe, single pipe. Okay, now the properties, and here we have to give the members name over there. Okay, so create first combination allowed, cost center and account as follows. So first add the dimension in the dimension column. So we'll have a dimension. So what is the dimension is, first select the cost center. Cost center, the member should be there. Select the member of so here we have to select account, and in the row 1 select row member. Okay, so here you have to select the row member. Okay, you can click into this button, and from here we can select our combinations given over there. So cost center is 300,000, C100,000, C101,000, C101,000, and C100,000, 102,000, CC 102,000, and 101,000. Okay, we have selected this. Click on OK. Now we have to select the account combination. Benefit, depreciation, electric, human resource. We'll go into the all expenses. Benefit, depreciation, electric, human resource, labor, services, supplies, telephone, training, water, travel and consulting is left over there. Okay. So that is done. Now next combination is to select these two, and travel and consulting we have to select it. Same in the next row, we will select 3,000. Okay. 1, 2, and consulting and travel. Just save it. In row 2, add the members as provided above. Okay. Now save the rule.
Okay.
This is done. So both the rule we have created it. Okay.
Yes.
We created both the rule. Let's save. Let's save it. Okay. Once we'll verify with our validation rule. So both the validation rules are there. Okay. With attribute combination and member combination.
Yes.
Now next is perform data validation. Okay, so we'll now perform the validation, how the validation rule is working in your stories. Okay. In this exercise, we are going to create a new story to explore impact of the validation rules and view the derived dimension members. Okay. So now we'll create a story to test the data validation rule. Okay.
Yes.
So now using the side navigation bar, so we'll go down. So we'll log on into it, and now we'll create a story. So using the side navigation bar, open the story starter page, and from the navigation bar, select stories and create a new story as canvas. So straight from there, I will go directly from here. Okay. Story. I will choose canvas directly from there and use the following model. Okay. So we have already created on top of the same model. Okay. Now close the left side, select necessary side panel, drag the table widget. Okay. So we'll add tables over here. So navigation bar, we'll choose this model. Name the pages attribute combination. So how we'll give the name of the pages from here, right? Using this drop down button you can do it, or you can just double click it.
Yes.
Okay, and go and edit the title, attribute combination, and then save the story of your file naming this story. Okay, so we'll go and save this story in our place. We'll get the name of the story is this 27. Create a blank version as follows. Okay.
Okay.
Version management. Select the version management next to private version and then click on plus button. Okay, and put it as provided below above under the table. Okay. So we'll click into this private version, and here we'll have to choose cost create. And now select the property table is like adapt to column width, range total, parent node below. Okay. So we do have a private val and actual is there, and I will close this version management. So when we have this option, adapt to column width and arrange total parent node. Okay. Set the following table parameters. Okay. Configure the data table as shown below. Okay. So now we have to show into the rows profit center above the cost center. Okay. So we'll go into the down here. So in the rows, profit center and cross center should be there. Okay. We'll remove the account. And here this into the full screen. Center, profit center above cost center. Profit center above cost center. So you can move like this. Okay, profit center above cost center. Okay. Now in the column company code only. in the column. अरे यार, we'll remove version, we'll remove measure, we'll add dimension on the company code. ठीक है?
Yes.
तो हम क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हम प्रॉफिट सेंटर और कॉस्ट सेंटर जो रहेगा उसमें कुछ कंपनी कोड डाल के देखेंगे कि अगर मैं एक कंपनी कोड अपडेट कर रहा हूँ अंडर किसी कॉस्ट सेंटर तो रॉन्ग वाला मुझे अलाउ ही नहीं करेगा व्हेन यू आर पुटिंग द नंबर्स।
Okay.
तो वैलिडेशन रूल हमने डिफाइन किया हुआ है, ठीक है? दैट्स व्हाट द मोटिव ऑफ दिस क्रिएटिंग दिस स्टोरी, ठीक है?
Okay.
Now when removing version from the column, it's possible that you will prompted to select a version. If so, select shown unbooked members. Okay. अरे यार, कहीं क्लिक कर रहा हूँ कहीं हो रहा है यार। ठीक है, so in the filter we have to choose account should be labor, measure should be signed. Which also unbooked members exclude selected members. Okay, so I have excluded the member which is not having any data. Okay, now cost center, switch on show unbooked members for cost center. Switch on show unbooked data for cost center and switch on show unbooked data for profit center also. Okay, so not in hierarchy, we have to exclude this member. Version switch on so unbooked member. The private well and cost center should be there, right? In the filter. So cost center. Based on one book number and only should be CC 1000, CC 2000, CC 2000 and 3000. Okay, so that is what percent exclude selected members. We have excluded it. We are done with the all filtering. So labor account should be labor, company code not in hierarchy, cost center, user is signed data, profit center not in hierarchy, and version this. Okay, all done. Okay. If we are not giving any hierarchy, so we can use like this. Okay, now expand the table widget if needed. That is done. Expand the hierarchy for company code and profit center, the table widgets, and right click on company code cell and select drill level 2. Drill level 2 and profit center drill level 3. Okay, now display repetitive members names. So we'll do display repetitive members. Just click into this 3 dot. So hide member name repetitive members. Okay, so you will be able to see all the repetitive member names over here. Next is set the dimension in the table to display unbooked data. Okay, so hover over the profit center and select unbooked data. So we have already done this part. Okay, profit center, if you click into this, so unbooked data is already checked for us. Now format the table so that editable cells appears in the pale blue color. So in the right side panel, select styling, and in the table properties, select color fill for editable cells. We'll go into the styling and select the table. Okay. So wherever it is editable, it will automatically fill up the values. Okay. Here you can see color fill for editable cells. Okay. So you can select here blue color. So wherever it can be editable, you can see only those places are coming as blue. Otherwise, other places are not editable. Reason? Because we don't have any I mean, this company code should not be filled for this particular profit center and this particular cost center. Why? Because we have already defined the validation rule over there. Here, so only in these places you can add up the values.
Values.
Getting the point?
Yes.
So that is what highlighted over here. Okay. समझ में आ रहा है? I mean, जहाँ जहाँ it is valid only उसी जगह पे आपको editable आएगा, otherwise नहीं आएगा. ठीक है? Display the reason for unplanned cells. Select an unplannable white cell to see the message. Okay. So select the builder to return the builder panel. Select more actions. Builder panel. Select more action. Okay. More action in the table and slow hide region for the unplanned data. Okay. So hide, and we do have here region for the unplanned data. For the unplanned data, select the one of the white cells such as intersects for the cost center this and the company code 2000 2000 to see the message indicate that you can't enter the value for the sale because the validation rules defined. Okay, when I put my cursor over there, so you will get this message over there. So you cannot enter the data in this cell due to validation defined for the underlying data model. Okay, enable the data entries. Please contact your planning modeler to adjust the validation rule for this model. ठीक है, तो वैलिडेशन रूल डिफाइन करने के लिए आपको बोला जाएगा एंड बिजनेस टीम विल ट्राई टू सी कि व्हाई दिस पर्टिकुलर एंट्री कैन नॉट बी एंटर्ड. ठीक है, टेक्निकली यू विल बी एबल टू टेल इट. ठीक है, so logged by the validation rule you will get that message. Okay, save the story. Okay, now enter the following data. Okay, so you have configured your input form to enter private data for validation combination. ठीक है, profit center should be your this and cost center is this and your company code should be 1000. ठीक है,
Yes.
तो कहाँ है पीसी ऑल के अंदर पीसी 100 and cost center should be cc 1000. okay, cc 100 1000 cc 100 1000 कहाँ है? ये रहा. ठीक है, and your cost center should be 1000 यहाँ पे. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे you can enter the value of 1000. ठीक है, ऐसे एंटर कर सकते. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज पीसी 101,000 में 200 डालना है. ठीक है, पीसी 101,000 101,200. ठीक है, यहाँ पे तो यहाँ पे 101 पीसी वाला पीसी 101. तो पीसी 101 में आ गए हम एंड 101,000. ठीक है, Company code should be 1000, and over there we have to enter these two values. Okay. Okay. So we have entered this value over here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now use derivation. Okay. So duplicate this page. So I will just right click on top of this page. Or what you can do is you can click into this and you can click on duplicate page
Okay.
and name the pages attribute derivation. Attribute combination we have done. Now we'll derive the attribute. Okay. So now in this page, hover over the attribute combination page title and then we develop. Configure the table attributes page as follows: position hierarchy node, the league member, set company code to show ID and description. Okay. Row should be company code only. So here in the row we'll have company code only. We have to remove this everything. We have to take this into the rows. Company code. Okay. Column account only. Column should be your account only. So filter the dimension, filter remain the same. Okay. Necessary select and move data for account. Okay, so we are done with this. So the labor amount for the company code is 3000. This is the sum of value that is you entered into the first center on the attribute combination page, right? You can see 3000 into both, right? So in the US 33 and GA is company code all filter. company code में CA है ही नहीं, ठीक है? When in data it is not there, but the exercise they have mentioned like that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Still working on the attribute derivation page, so enter the following data. So if the company code is doesn't show up, right click on the US and select add members and new row, double click the empty cell and then open the input help. Add member. Okay. Double click into it and use the cell button. Use CA. Okay, so CA is now there. D also we have to add up. Okay, so I will add up add member. So here I will choose L button and I will choose DE. So I'm adding up the number, I mean the values, whatever there it is. Okay, so US should be your 3300, J should be your 20,000, and D should be blank. Okay, so I will enter the value here. Just a minute, with the impact on the attribute combination page. So I will enter the value here. क्या हुआ यार 33 3 अरे यार undo data change. Okay. So once we have the entry and added over there, so what it is telling is go and check the values into the attribute combination. Okay. So where we have added the entries now, it will going to be the values is spread proportionally between the cost center, and the values between the company code is going to be distributed equally. That's what it's going to say. Okay. Like, the values into the company code is equally distributed, and the value अरे यार बहुत स्लो है एंड CA में मैं एंट्री डाल देता हूँ 20,000. ठीक है, तो अब ये वैल्यू टोटल वैल्यू कितना हो गया 2 लाख समथिंग हो गया, राइट? सो विल गो एंड चेक द वैल्यूज इनटू तो देखो वैल्यू इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एंड the holdover, right? Proportionally mean proportionately it is distributed and here it is equally distributed. उसका जो कॉम्बिनेशन जहां जहां रहेगा with the combination value is distributed equally. मैंने 2 लाख डाला था, राइट? जहां जहां मेरा उस कॉम्बिनेशन का है तो 1-1 लाख रुपए डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो गया, बट यहाँ पे मैंने 3300 डाला था तो 33 सब जगह दिख रहा है, राइट? That is what it means to say. Okay.
Yes.
Now save the story. ये हमने सेव कर दिया. तो क्या है यूजर मेंबर कॉम्बिनेशन, ठीक है. Similarly we have to do for the user member combination. Attribute combination page, just duplicate it and rename it to the member combinations. Modify the table on the member combination page as follows. Okay. Row should be account only. In the row we have to add only account, and column should be cost center only. Okay, so filter, the only filter is updated, all other dimension filter remain the same. So only account filter should be all expenses. Here the account filter should be all expenses.
Yes.
Other than that, everything should be same. Okay.
Yes.
Verify that the account cost center dimensions are set to display unbooked data. Okay. So here display book data, and this one also display unbooked data.
Mhm.
Okay. Display the parent node above leaf node. So we'll go and check this box. When I will expand the hierarchy, the leaf node is going to be below and the last node will be into the above. Benefit सबसे ऊपर दिख रहा है and all
Yes.
expenses is in the down. ठीक है?
Mhm.
Expand the all expenses node into account table next to the all expenses in the node table. ऐसे दिख रहा है. ठीक है?
डिसेलेक्ट करने का आप बोल रहा है.
हाँ. If I will uncheck it, तो आपका जो अरेंजमेंट है ऊपर हो जाएगा. ठीक है?
ओके. हाँ.
टेबल में. अरे यार इतना क्या स्लो है, जल्दी चल जाओ भाई. ठीक है? ये
हम्म.
ठीक है.
Yes.
Now save the story. ठीक है.
Okay.
ओके. इसमें इतना ही था. ठीक है.
Yes.
यहाँ से आपको पूरा ऐसे डेटा दिख जाएगा कि नंबर कितना है, ऑल एक्सपेंस में कितना है, किसमें कितना डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुआ है, वो हमको यहाँ से दिख रहा है. ठीक है. और
Yes.
जो हमारे एडिटेबल है तो वो ब्लू में है, जो एडिटेबल नहीं है इन द व्हाइट कलर.
Yes.
ठीक है.
हाँ.
तो ये हो गया. अभी जस्ट सेव इट द स्टोरी. ठीक है. अब नेक्स्ट आएगा हमारा डेटा लॉकिंग का, तो कॉन्फ़िगर डेटा लॉक एंड परफॉर्म डेटा लॉक लास्ट.
Okay.
ठीक है. वो हम कल करेंगे.